here now with a global view on the withdrawal from the Paris climate deal. We want to bring in General Jack Keane. He's the chairman of the Institute for the Study of War and Fox News military analyst. General, help. I mean, it's like everybody's trying to figure this out. Can you bring us some perspective on what this means for this country and where this puts us on the global stage?
Well, I don't think for a minute that the president is abandoning controlling the climate. I mean, first of all, we're the leader in emissions control in the world, and we're not going to give that position up. What brought us here is our innovation and technology, and that is going to continue. Actually, President Trump is providing more motivation and inspiration for additional innovation and technology than any president I've seen in my adult life, to be frank about it. So I think we're going to continue to be the world's leader in it. And, you know, all this hysteria over this thing is really quite extraordinary. I mean, if they believe so zealotry in the environment and that we're on the edge of such a major crisis, then why didn't they put together a deal that made some sense? They walk away from the #1 and #2 world polluters, China and India. China's emissions control will actually grow 32% in terms of their emissions being out of control by 2040. They're going to continue to put in place coal-burning plants all the way up for the next 13 years, and India's doing the same thing.
And General, quite frankly, as the Weekly Standard piece points out, there's really no consequences to those countries. That they set their own goals, first of all, and if they don't meet those goals, there's really no consequences to them. But I wanted to share with you what we heard from the former Secretary of State, John Kerry, on this and his reaction to the president, and get your response, General. Listen.
He is not helping the forgotten American. He is hurting them. Their kids will have worse asthma in the summer. They will have a harder time having economic growth. He's made us an environmental pariah in the world. And I think it is one of the most self-destructive moves I've ever seen by any president in my lifetime.
General Keane?
Well, Kerry had the lead on this, you know, for the United States. And I've been convinced, having watched him do the nuclear deal as well with the Iranians, and a lousy deal that is. Kerry's motivation in putting a deal together is just that, getting the deal. He's not on top of the issue and making certain that this deal is in the best interest of the United States. That's who he is operating as Secretary of State. He's working for the American people when he's Secretary of State. But the idea of the deal as an objective is what is driving him, and that's why he has brokered 2 lousy deals that are completely adverse to the American people. One, the Iranian nuclear deal, which is going to put our national security at threat in years to come, and 2, this one here. And I give the president a lot of courage for standing up. He knew full well that the international community would be opposed to him. He certainly knew there would be people in the United States opposed to him. But he's actually doing the right thing for the country. He's motivated by the right ideal here to do what's right for the people.
And General Keane, the current Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, who, as we know, wanted to keep a seat at the table with this climate agreement, here's what he has to say.
Well, it was a policy decision. I think it's important that everyone recognizes the United States has a terrific record on reducing our own greenhouse gas emissions. It's something I think we can be proud of, and that was done in the absence of a Paris Agreement. I don't think we're going to change our ongoing efforts to reduce those emissions in the future either. So hopefully people can keep it in perspective. That would be nice, wouldn't it, if we could all keep this in perspective, General?
Yeah, pretty hard to do given the hysteria that's out there. But listen, if it's true the Secretary of State, you know, had another argument against this deal, as others did in the administration, that is good government. The president needs to get contrarian views. And on national security, something I pay a lot of attention to, there is constant disagreement over how to deal with the Iranians, how to deal with Afghanistan, what are we going to do in Syria. That's good government. That is healthy. And the president's the decision maker. He's the commander-in-chief. He's the president of the United States. He gets the information, and then he decides. And I think here he made a good decision.
All right, General Jack Keane, always an honor to speak with you, sir. Thank you.